This is Rocki Gorman. The name of her company is Designs by Rocki Gorman.
Yes, it is.
We've been a customer for how many years?
Would I guess it 8 or 10?
Something like
You
that.
all were the first customer that came to me when I did the West show in Denver, and I was up in a closet. And I'll just never forget, Gail and Susie came by, and they're like family. You all are like family.
Yeah,
to
well,
us.
you are to us too. And speaking of family, let's see, we want to know how you got started in this business.
Okay. I hope you have a lot of film in that camera. We started about 1960. We went cross country to Las Vegas, Nevada. My uncle was an entertainer and had the opportunity to sing with the Harry James Band. So as a little girl, I was only 4 years old, in the back of the car, we traveled from New Jersey all the way to Las Vegas. My parents fell in love with the Southwest. My dad met some gentlemen who owned a mine up in Nevada in Tonopah, and he started mining. And we would bring that turquoise back to New Jersey and trade with all of the traders and the natives, and we would have jewelry to sell. So what else to do but to open a shop? And at the age of 7, after watching the women buff and clean and stone cut, excuse me, I started making jewelry. And I sold my first piece. It was $10 in my parents' store. So the legacy began then. During the history of being in New Jersey, my parents owned the first Native American jewelry store, and eventually had a license to sell on the streets of New York. And we sold on Astor Place and Broadway. We sold in front of Columbus University. But the women who were the buyers and the stylists for One Life to Live and All My Children loved my jewelry. And so they bought it for the soap operas. And I did 2 semesters at Toby Coburn School of Design down in the Village when Miami Vice was really hot. And I designed the rubber jewelry, and so a lot of my jewelry was seen on Miami Vice at that time. And then we just kind of grew into this wonderful business about 12 years ago, where I decided to utilize the Native Americans who made the jewelry, but to contemporize it and make it something more mainstream than simply turquoise and coral, turquoise and coral. And thus, Rocki Gorman was born.
And your beads are extra special, and you seem to have a real, you have a love for making beads.
I've always loved beads, and I think it came from my dad mining. I used to go with him sometimes and mine in the stones, and then stone cutting, and then just developing this harmony of color is what I would simply call it. It's very unique and different, and again, I brought all of this wonderful sterling and silver together with the beads to complement the stones.
And one of the great things that a lot of people, every day it happens in our store, your earrings are rather large.
Yes.
But when you pick them up, guess what? They're not heavy. So how do you do that trick?
Well, we use a lighter gauge silver, but the real trick to it all is the extra large post back in the back. You need a long post back, and we do that clutch back so that the earrings don't flip flop like Dumbo. They're so much more comfortable, and they're so much easier to wear than a regular earring. And that was another thing that I brought to the design, was longer post backs and the larger bails, so that you can wear big, beautiful jewelry everywhere at any time. And I do more classic designs. I want mine to be heirloom pieces that will hand down generation to generation. So therefore, 20 years from now, 30, I'm hoping to see me on the Antiques Roadshow, and this is a Rocki Gorman. Oh. Who knows, someday.
And is everything made in, where is everything made?
Well, everything, and that is another choice I made, is all American made, Native American made in New Mexico and Arizona on the reservations. Again, I wanted to keep that cottage industry going by having the Native Americans continue to make. We don't manufacture, mass produce. Everything is hand-cut sheets of silver. The stones are all cut. We pride ourselves in being American made, New Mexico made.
Okay. Can you think of any other questions, Whitney? Well, we're very...
Whitney's overwhelmed.
Well, I'll tell you what, we are so looking forward to seeing you in September for our trunk show.
Absolutely.
September 20th?
About the 20th, 21st.
20th,
Oh, I look
21st.
forward to it. I do. And
And,
I'll make some special pieces for the Maverick.
So, we can't wait to see you, and thank you for doing this.
Thank you all. Thank you. Bye.